The most fittable driver TaylorMade has ever produced. The new Qi4D driver from TaylorMade, and today I want to talk about it a little bit more in detail. So, what's the news? I think the best way to describe this driver would be just to explain the name Qi4D. The 4D in here stands for 4 dimensions. 4 dimensions that they build this club around. It's gonna be face, head, shaft, and fit. First, let's talk about the face. So TaylorMade noticed that there were a little too high inconsistencies between the hits below the sweet spot and above the sweet spot. That's absolutely normal. But TaylorMade decided for this year they're gonna reduce the roll on the club face, which leads to a little bit more consistent spin rates on those miss hits, which leads to, of course, a little bit more consistent ball flight and a distance control, which also makes it a little bit more accurate for fitting. Because, you know, we are not machines, we're gonna make mistakes. So it can help us to find a little bit more accurate setup. We still have a carbon club face, we still have a twist face, we still have all the technology from the previous years. Second thing is the club head. So 2 things are here that are different. One thing is the shape of the core model. So the core model in the previous iterations was following more of the shape of the Max model. The Max model is designed in this little bit more elongated shape in order to move as much weight in the backside of the club head as possible, increases the MOI, more forgiving. Core model for this year is going to resemble more of the LS model, which is the traditional shape of the club head. The second thing that we have out here, that's the biggest difference, that's the 4 movable toss weights. This is where the claim also for the most fittable driver comes from. These weights will allow you to do 2 things. One of them is it can allow you to help a close or open club face, but the second thing is it will allow you to change where the center of the MOI is. This is very helpful if you have some consistent miss hits, like a little bit toey or a little bit heely. If you move this MOI around, you can preserve the ball speed, which means distance, of course. You can also preserve the optimal spin and launch angle, even though you're mishitting it, which gives us fitters the biggest amount of options because there's thousands of different swings. So then we have thousands of different options how to move these toss weights around and fit it for everyone. The third pillar is the shaft, and that is the color coding out here that we have on the shafts. That's going to be matching the rate of closure and release each individual golfer has. These things rarely change on a golfer. They are a little bit more innate to how we play. There is not really one way to do it right. We see it on professional golfers. Certain professionals will have higher release rate than the others. Now, this is not anything completely new in golf. We had this before for many years. It's just this was usually available more on a premium selection of shafts. It's like 2AD or Ventus. So for this year, it's making it into this stock selection, and TaylorMade is really trying to encourage everyone to actually be fitted for the right amount of release. That's good. That's really good news. The last pillar is fit, which responsibility lies mainly with us fitters. And it basically encapsulates all the stuff that I've talked about, making sure that if you are actually getting the new Qi4D driver, that you get it fitted to make sure that you are actually getting the most out of the driver. And that's it. That's the new TaylorMade Qi4D, the most fittable driver TaylorMade ever produced. If you are interested in it, feel free to book yourself a fitting. You can find us on Royal Golf, south of Copenhagen. You can follow the link that's down below. It leads to our webpage where you can find my calendar. You can also send me an email if you have any questions.